Welcome, everyone. It's the Mike Tech Show, show number 929. Tonight, as I record this on a Tuesday night, which is rare, I will explain why. I have some client project updates, and I need some help with an issue since a server moved to another location. Going to talk about Windows 11 24H2 that is on its way this month, and then an update from a listener on Windows 365. And then I also have a couple links for another client project. Got a lot going on. Now, hope everybody had a great holiday. Last Thursday was Thanksgiving. That's why no show. And this Thursday, my son Ryan is flying in from PA to Florida, and I'm picking him up literally right when I would be recording. So that's why I decided let's do a show right in the middle. So I picked Tuesday night, and let's get started. And why is my son flying in? This Saturday is the 97X Next Big Thing concert, and it's all day, and it's the All-American Rejects, Andrew McMahon, Dayglow, Judah and the Lion, and a couple other artists. So now with Andrew McMahon, it's with his groups Something Corporate. So looking forward to that, and always enjoy going to lots of concerts with my son Ryan. And here you go, another update. And yesterday I got an updated vaccine and a flu shot. Now, I have a bunch of pre-existing conditions, so I got to protect myself. But they are passing around COVID unbelievably amongst my family and everybody back north. So they're all better now, but I'm afraid that I can't go back into that without being vaccinated, with having some protection. So my oldest son just finished recovering from that. Ryan, a few weeks ago, just finished. My son Tyler had it. My grandson, Michael III, has had COVID. So it's been going around up north. And I just got to protect myself. But you have to excuse me if you're watching if I end up grabbing my right shoulder's kind of hurting a little bit still from the shot yesterday. Let's begin with the client project that I need your help with. And this is we moved a server and switch. Actually, we put a new switch. This is the client that had the problem where the Windows, where Verizon messed up with the order, and they shipped all the equipment to the new location, and UPS tried to deliver it 3 times and nobody was there. And then, of course, the very next day they were moving in and moving over, and there's no equipment, no Verizon, and Verizon canceled everything. So they quickly got Comcast, and we successfully got Comcast internet. My son, all he did was pick up the server, and this is an Active Directory real server, and moved it to the new location. There's nothing in between. It's the switch is, a PoE switch, but very simple. There's no rules, no nothing. We're going right out the Comcast modem. Here's the situation. Client has like 5 workstations, all of them laptops, except for I think one desktop. They are on the domain. They're domain clients. Windows 11, most of them. There's still like one Windows 10. Their map drives, which they rely on to the server, can't map the drive. The drives won't automatically map. I have to manually map one of the drives, and then all of them where it asks for the credentials, and then all of them I'm able to, they're mapped with no trouble. So if they reboot, they lose the ability to connect to the server. It's like they no longer can see the server. So when I was pinging the server name, I was getting the real domain, the real website external. So this is definitely a DNS. This is Active Directory with DNS integrated and DHCP also coming. They are all getting the proper IP address. We're on the right scheme. I figured, let me put the server name in a host file. And then I was able to ping it. I was like, okay, hey, this should do it. No, there is still something stopping the workstation from recognizing the server on boot up. And you could tell because there's a delay. I know this is a DNS issue. I don't have the solution, and I've been trying over the past week, trying different things. And right now I'm putting instructions together that if they reboot, they just have to remap over top of one of the drives, and then all of them will work. I could use some assistance on this. So if anybody has any recommendations on what's going on and why is it all of a sudden going outside and not finding the server, but I figured, hey, manually editing a host file, although I don't want to do it, it's not my first choice to do this. Well, this is my problem. So could use some help. Email me, miketechshow@gmail.com. I could really use some assistance for this. Next project. This is the one in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, that I partnered up with Marvin B to do the work. And I am going to show you two of the fixes that I've had to deploy. So let's start here with the first one. QuickBooks, they could not email an invoice. And they would get an error that led us to this. And I tried a lot of things when I was Googling the error. But the reason why I'm not linking that, and I'm linking a Windows 11 fix, because I had my client call Intuit, and they invoked Intuit support right from QuickBooks, where they went up to help, contact support. They signed in and then said, give them a call. They called back right away. The fix was enabling Microsoft XPS document writer. So the Windows 11 that we deployed on all the new systems that we rolled out didn't have this feature. So this was a very simple fix where I have a link for how to enable that, where you have to go to Control Panel and then go to Programs and then turn a Windows feature on or off. You scroll down to Microsoft XPS document writer, click OK, and you don't even have to reboot. It'll finish. All right, problem solved. Next problem. This one was their Snap Scan would scan and it would work, but they could not tell it to scan to a map drive. And that's because it still relied on SMB 1.0. I know it is not secure, but we have a peer server that's Windows 11 and a couple workstations only that need to use this. So I enabled SMB 1.0, and again, it's the same process to enable a feature that something that's not installed. But once you do that, this one for SMB 1.0, you have to reboot. So after you click OK, it's going to search for the files. It's going to set up everything. So if you're ever doing this feature, make sure you are ready to reboot. And I would close all the documents before you do that. So that was sort of finishing up on two of the projects. And I got a lot of projects coming. Tomorrow I have a small email migration. Then Monday, December 9th, I begin with a larger, where it's going to be like 20 mailboxes that I'm going to be migrating from Ionis to Microsoft. So this is where I am going to use the BitTitan Wizard to perform a lot of this. So right now I haven't logged in as admin, and so that's what I'm scheduled on Monday. Get an idea how many mailboxes, what exactly are of them, all the mailboxes, then sign them up for a Microsoft account and make sure I have admin access for that. And then I will start testing the migration and then schedule the migration for like a week or so after that. Then on Friday the 13th of all dates, I have the software migration from a peer server to a real server for my dental software. That was the only day for weeks. They are so busy, and I have to do this during the week because I need the software manufacturer support. So it's got to be Monday through Friday. The problem is they're seeing patients, and I have to turn the software off, and that's impossible. So we had to come up with a day where they're not going to schedule anybody for work, and then I got to make this happen in the one day. And I should be able to do that with no trouble. So next up on the list here to talk about is Windows. Give me a second here. Hold on. I accidentally closed what I needed here. So I am launching. Give me a second. Here we go. Nope. Give me a second. Oh, all right. There we go. So let me begin. I want to talk about a link that I'm going to have in the show notes that is for Windows 11 24H2. And it's getting a really big update this month. And right now, be careful of 23H2 because one of the, or is it 24H1? It might be 24H1. One of the problems, it's causing blue screens of death. So you don't want to force that update on a system. You want to wait until it's naturally coming down and it tells you it's available in the updates. So this is going to be on the Patch Tuesday in December, and it's a massive changes are planned for the last security update of the year, which will also introduce many new features. So here is a highlight of some of the new features. Simplified system tray. The current implementation of the date and time layout takes too much space, but you'll get an option to make it concise. Okay, I like that. So you can show abbreviated time and date. That makes sense. I agree with that. That's something that's pretty small, and I think we'll like. Jump lists. When you right-click an icon pinned on the taskbar, a menu appears, which Microsoft calls a jump list. In the upcoming update, you can launch an item in the jump list with admin rights. So if I go down here and I say right-click, I guess I can't right-click. No, it just opens, as I just showed. So now you're going to get a full shell of run as administrator, and then app settings, uninstall. So, okay, that's, again, I don't see that as a major change. But, definitely a nice feature. Dynamic lighting settings page, okay, enables you to customize the light effects for supported devices with RGB. You don't need to use a separate app for each device. The page will show a banner if no connected and supported RGB devices are available. Task Manager. I always believe that they can do more for Task Manager. This, again, is a nice addition. The disk labels in the performance section will display the type and other details to identify the hard drive. So in the example here that I'm showing, the type is an SSD and it's an NVMe. I like that because normally we got to run separate software to figure out, what exactly is installed for the hard drive, because not always does Device Manager tell us. So let's take a look at the test system I'm running at. Let's go Device Manager, and we'll bring that up. And then if you look at disk drives, all you get is it's a SATA, it's 256 gig, and it's an Intel SSD. So it really doesn't tell us much more than that when you just use the Device Manager in Windows. So I look forward to these updates, but I don't think I'm going to be able to get them on all my systems, because it'll be interesting if this 24H2 appears on two systems that I've did an in-place upgrade to Windows 11. So right now, they're both sitting at 22H2, and I always perform all the updates. Now, the laptop I have, which is fairly new, that has the 24H1. So it'll be interesting. 24H2 should just pop up on Patch Tuesday. So just wanted to make everybody be aware of that before that happens. So that looks like that's next week, actually. So next Tuesday, which would be the 9th. And then, the 10th. So, because today's Tuesday. So literally next Tuesday. See, I forgot what day of the week it is. That's another thing with the holiday. It's really playing with my mind. When I have the holiday like that, and you lose track of what day is Friday, what day is Saturday. So anyway, look for that next week. And also, my show, again, will be next Thursday, the 12th. And that's when I'll be recording live the next Mike Tech show. I have an email from a listener, Sam, who's been a great contributor. And this is a big email. And this is what's going to actually finish out the show on this email. And I will have the link that he also recommends. This was last week. I was talking about and I linked the Windows 365 that Kate sent me. Now, I am not on top of this, and Sam does a great job here explaining everything, and I really appreciate it. Last show, you mentioned Windows 365 link, which was some confusion about. Let me explain some more about the service and the device. It was like a Microsoft mini PC that would directly connect to the cloud for Windows 365. For those who don't know what that is, Windows 365 is a Microsoft-provided virtual machine that is running on the Azure data center. The service has been out since August 2021. This is a service that is a predetermined price per user per month, just like your normal Microsoft 365 business licenses. You can subscribe to a license for a cloud PC, assign it to a user, and Microsoft will automatically provision a virtual machine for you. Prices are based on selected specs like CPUs, RAM, and storage. The machine is on 24/7 and cannot be turned off, but you can restart or reprovision it, reset to factory settings. but it will always be assigned to a user. The service has been made for business customers for easy use of their machine, which is always available everywhere on every device: computer, laptop, browser, phone, and tablet, as long as there is an internet connection. Now, I'm going to pause here for a second. I understood that. I don't use it. I don't have clients that need that. And I know where he's going to explain, it's where this device comes in. And I guess that's where I didn't make the connection. He continues, the service can be managed by Microsoft's Intune MDM solution so that you as the admin can configure what's best for the customer. For example, to allow or deny local device redirections. And for more info, he has a link, which is Meeting Windows 365. That link will be in the show notes. Now for the new Windows 365 Link device. The Windows 365 Link is really, like you mentioned, a thin client, but in a special way. The OS that it's running is Windows 11, but a trimmed down, modified version just for use of connecting to your Windows 365 client cloud PC. The device itself is also manageable from Intune. It has been trimmed down to absolutely nothing, just for the purpose of connecting to a remote PC anyway. There is no need to install any app, since all the apps are installed on the cloud PC. It has been purposely built so that when you power on the device, it doesn't need to load everything like a normal PC needs to start. So it starts faster, presenting the user to the cloud's logon screen instead of a local logon screen, so that you don't need to log on twice like on a traditional thin client. For printing, you have a couple solutions. Since it has not come out yet, I can't tell you if local printer redirection works or not, or if your cloud PC is able to find the printer right from the remote connection directly on the virtual machine. We would have to see how that works. But what we do know is that you can make use of Microsoft's Universal Print or third-party solution like PrintIX, focusing on Universal Print, which is included in any of the below subscriptions. And I'm going to list them in a minute. It can be used using local connector on a computer or server, or if it's supported by the vendor or printer device, can be registered directly into Universal Print so that your cloud PC can find it using the Add Printer button in the Settings app. Now, it's all going to be included on the following: Microsoft 365 Enterprise F3, E3, and E5. Windows 10 Enterprise E3, E5. Microsoft 365 Education A3 or A5. See, there's too many versions, but I get it. Windows 10 Education A3 or A5, and Microsoft 365 Business Premium. So the Link may be a good option at a low price point for customers who already use Windows 365 and set up their desks with these devices so they can be flexible and secure. I can think of many work from home scenarios where this is also a great option, since admins are 100% sure that they can work securely using the provided hardware and only need an internet connection to work. I now completely understand and agree with you 100%, Sam. Or another scenario where this is placed in a warehouse or workshop where users can easily easily with their PC just by using their credentials, Windows Hello Pin, fingerprint, or FIDO2 key. There is a video from Microsoft Mechanics demoing the Windows 365 Link, and he has a link for that. Kind regards, Sam. Sam, thank you so much for that explanation. And I know everybody listening will really appreciate that. All these links will be in the show notes. And that is it for tonight's show. Remember to visit MikeTechShow.com. That's where you'll find all the information on the show. If there's time changes, I always try to post it there. Or if the live show is going to change from one day to another, like this week. And then email me, MikeTechShow@gmail.com. Really appreciate everybody staying subscribed and listening and supporting the show. Remember to watch the YouTube shows. I post all the video up on YouTube, and that's Michael Smith MTS. That's it. I'll see everybody same time, same channel on Thursday, December 12th at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Thank you. Bye-bye.